Guys, it's Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time once again for Saturday morning summons. Today we are here on, it's either Lone Star or Lone Wolf. We're on his account, and he's been playing for quite a while. He's never summoned an LD5. He has plenty of LD scrolls saved up. So we know this still Summoner's War LD rates are ridiculous, but we're hoping against hope that we can actually get something for a very special LD, a very special LD unit for him. It's Lone Rose. I was wrong on both counts. Okay, so what do we have here? We have Assassin's Creed SWC 2022s. I know he mentioned all of these units in his, he left me a little note. We have 5 Transcendents. He really wants Zyros. Really. I don't think we have too many. Oh, we have a lot of Elementals. But yeah, I didn't think we had too many Mysticals. So let's get it started. I just now noticed that we're almost maxed on storage. Hopefully it's going to be just an easy little swap over. Walls. I didn't even notice that before. Should have been paying more attention. Or we could just summon to storage. Not the end of the world. Assassin, which one? It's sad that this is how they do this now, is well, some people might like this, some people might not like this, because you don't really have to summon for any of these new units. You could summon if you want to, but it's not like they broke the game and you can only play if you get the new units. Like a lot of mobile games, you can only really compete in PvP if you have the newest, hottest, greatest thing. In Summoner's War, you don't need to get the newest, hottest, greatest thing, because it's really not that good until, like, 6 months later, a year later, when it actually gets buffed in a balance patch to be good. Remember, Oliver was kind of nothing until he was eventually buffed, so you don't have to necessarily worry about summoning when the monsters come out, because you're going to be just as competitive with or without them. 6 months to a year down the road, it would be nice to actually get some of the things, but that's what they do. They're just, they put these things out, and then they use them as filler later for balance patches. So many hits. Well, this is wind scrolls, so of course can't get fire ones from the winds. And we wouldn't have gotten the other one because that is well, there's many more, but some of them are 5 stars. So still though, triple in 1 10 pull. Pretty crazy. He's missing some 4 stars, actually. He's missing some LD3s. Maybe some of you guys noticed. But he's missing some 4s. He's missing a wind gargoyle. So it'd be nice to get that. If we can. Actually, he's got a blessing. Let's do... His most wanted monster is Zyros. We should have done the fires at the beginning. Luckily, we didn't get any Nat 5s. I don't know if that's really lucky, but... We didn't get any Nat 5s, so we don't have to worry too much. Fire Robo. Fire Robo is a solid. I think everyone that has an issue against opponents in RTA or even like Guild Siege or wherever taking too many turns. That's kind of the Fire Robo's whole thing is he cuts in. They take turns. He's like, oh, I'll take turns too. So things that go proc 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 proc. Unless it goes proc, proc, proc and kills him before he can actually get a turn. But yeah. He really likes fighting against the oracles. They just feed him turns. So what did he say he's looking for? Fire Dragon, Water Dragon Knight, Water Desert Queen, Wind... No. Wind Fairy King, Wind Sky Surfer, Wind Druid. I'm sure there's a lot more units that would be great for this account, though. That would be great for him. But I think he was playing a while ago. He stopped for a bit. I assume. I could be wrong, but and then came back. Oh, I remember what we're supposed to be. I remember what we're supposed to be doing. Looking at new games on Google Play. Is that ever a good idea? No, that's not what we... Fire Joker. Google Play. I'm looking for Google Play. I'm typing in Google to see. It's probably nothing special. Actually, I know it's nothing special because I just checked not too long. Hey, amazing. Water. Fire mermaid. It would be very hard to get a water mermaid out of a fire skull. Guys, I don't know why I do this all the time. I mix up the elements. Clearly, I don't understand which color is which. Oh, God. New Google Play games. I did look at them. For the most part, it's the same games that just keep not coming out. That they're like, yeah, play this game. It's not coming out for another 6 months. We're going to pretend it's coming out next month. And that I don't understand. What is the logic here? If you make a game that takes a week to actually develop the game, and then you put it on the App Store like coming soon, and then it doesn't come for 6 months, then anyone that might have been interested in your game that you really didn't care enough to make a good one of would have already, like, all the hype would have died down. Like, what is the purpose? I'm sure there's some kind of reason behind it, but it seems like it's probably a stupid one. I don't know. There's reasons behind a lot of these things. A lot of these companies just lack any kind of creativity. Oh, I said it. Oh, my goodness. They lack any kind of creativity, and they just do what was done before. Because they're like, well, if that one worked before, it's going to work again. And maybe it doesn't, but if we just keep throwing enough garbage out, one of these might be popular. Just pump and dump. That's all it is. But yeah, this could be a tactic because there's so many different tactics that they use, that these companies use. So this could just be another tactic of, like, someone 10 years ago said, oh yeah, do this because this is going to be a good marketing strategy. And then it stopped being a good marketing strategy, and people and these companies who, like, don't really use their brains half the time, they just keep doing the same thing. Kind of like doing videos for 10 years on on the same mobile gacha game. That's a joke, obviously, at my expense. But I don't remember what I was going to say. I mean, it hasn't been 10 years yet. It's been almost 9. Almost 9. It's a little different for me, though. I do what you guys watch, so that's why. And I can't really... The thing with YouTube, because I know a lot of people comment, they're like, oh, well, you complain about Summoner's War. You keep playing Summoner's War, though. They will kind of... They know what the channel is. They know who the audience of the channel is. And if I started to do other stuff, this is the mistake that I actually made many times before realizing it with other channels, is if the audience watches Summoner's War, I could put out really good Minecraft content, maybe really good Minecraft content that might not be. This is one of his most wanted units. Congratulations. I could put out really good content on Minecraft or Mario or Call of Duty or whatever, and it would get really, really bad click-through. The channel would die regardless if the content was good or not, because YouTube would just show it to Summoner's War audience, and most of them would not be interested in whatever that is because it's not Summoner's War. Some of them would, most of them wouldn't. So that's the reason that any channel struggles if they are focused on one thing, and you kind of have to focus on one thing on YouTube. But if they're focused on one thing and then they switch to something else, or multiple things even worse, right? Then it's going to struggle. You can come back from that if you switch hard. Like if I was to completely stop Summoner's War and start playing Grand Theft Auto, right? If I was to do that, the channel would nosedive at first. And if I just stuck to Grand Theft Auto over and over and over again, 20, 50, 100 videos, eventually the algorithm would reassess the channel and find that it's no longer the same audience, and then it would start actually, getting views again, and probably even more because Grand Theft Auto is a much bigger franchise. But it would be a painful transition. That's kind of the thing with YouTube. There's painful transitions. So the thing This is so many people make this mistake though. Oh, here we go. So many people make this mistake. Is there'll be variety gaming channel. Variety gaming channels is the worst thing. Unless you are a booby streamer, then it doesn't matter because no one's actually there for the content anyway. They're there for the streamer. But variety gaming channels is just, don't do variety gaming channels because you're mixing up your audience. Like people don't necessarily want to see every single different random game that you are playing. They want to see I may or may not be interested in this channel based on what the content is. If the content constantly changes, they don't know if they're going to be interested in the channel or not. So there'll be people that are interested and then not interested, and then another person that's not interested and then interested, and then it sucks for any algorithm for anything. The secret trick, it's not really a secret trick. It's just like common sense if you think about it. Like hindsight is 2020. Is to just do one thing. Just be like, this is a channel for this. This is a Twitch streamer and they play this, you know? And if you're going to switch to something, be very similar. Like, for example, YDCB would do Summoner's War and Epic 7. They're very similar. They have very similar audiences. He got away with it because of that. If you ever, case in point, if you ever see some of his FPS streams, terrible views. Terrible views. Same person, still him. He's still entertaining, right? Same person doing it, but they're just not the same audience. So many people, I would say probably 90%. Probably 90% of YouTubers and Twitch streamers make that mistake. They just change up the content. Oh, here we go. Congratulations. I don't know if that's new or dupe. We will see. New or dupe or good or poop. Man, what a great saying. It's gonna be my new saying. And then someone's gonna steal it, and then it's not gonna be my saying anymore. Nice. Do they have Camila though? I don't see a Camila. A Camila. There we go. Where's the thing? That's what she said. Lols. I was talking about something else and oh, here we go. I lost my train of thought because I always do, because I always start talking about why so many golems? Time gates don't exist. Also golems. I don't remember this. Oh, I have done this too many times. I didn't realize what a big mistake it was at the beginning. Is start a new channel, bring the people from the Summoners War audience to the new channel. Not just Summoners, like just any. That's kind of the thing with like anyone that runs any multiple channels is start a new channel, bring the old audience, and the algorithm will think that it's a channel for, like, the algorithm thinks the food channel is the Summoners War channel. The algorithm thinks the second gaming channel. I mean, we've done some Summoners War videos on there, don't get me wrong, but thinks the second gaming channel is the Summoners War channel. There were times when I actually started making progress in retraining the algorithm, and then what I did was stupid. Well, what I did, I probably just got busy, but yeah, I would just stop doing videos on whatever it was. Calibria. Well, I mean, Calibria, we kind of didn't want to keep doing videos on that anyway, right? Calibria, Epic 7, Dislight. Like, there were times where the algorithm was like, oh, this is not a Summoners War channel. This is a Calibria channel. This is a Epic 7 channel. This is a Dislight channel. And then you saw the views go up because it's like, oh, we know who to show this to. And then I stopped. But there were reasons we stopped doing videos on those. Like Epic 7 was kind of a insiders club. There was no way I was going to crack into that. Like you had to be either a mega whale or an insider, because you had to be like in their inner circle to know what's coming out and when it's coming out. It's kind of the come to us from a business perspective should have done this sooner. They do that now, but they should have done it sooner. They would never have had to worry about me being a problem. And that's how they view me, a problem in their community. They never would have had to worry about me being a problem in their community if they just shut me out in the first place. So, oh, we're jiggling. That's what we're doing. Because it's LD time. Oh my god. Please, RNG, please. It's like the worst jiggles. I hope they don't use this against us. We're not gonna get anything anyway. No, we have to be positive. We have to be positive. We're looking also for a light martial artist and a dark hard. Those would be wonderful for them because they're new and 4 stars. Got a lot. They have like 150. Over 150. 150 no lightning. Okay. They should get like 8 lightnings on average. 0 lightnings on. Oh my god. Comptos already. Oh, we got a light martial artist. Okay. We're gonna jiggle something else maybe. There we go. Gotta do it fast. Come on, man. Come on, come to us. This is silly. Please don't be like this. He says after 9 years, knowing that they will still continue to be like this, regardless of anything. This is way too many without any lightning. Come on, man. He didn't say he wants an LD5, but I know he wants an LD5. Come on. Come to... What the... Oh, God. I hate this company. Okay, we got an LD Lightning. Oh, jeez. Useful, useful. Same thing as the light... espresso. Man, we really need to pump up the LD lightnings, please. Okay, LD lightning number 2. We can use it. Well, he can use it. Okay, we're a little low, but we're at least. There's things popping out now. I think we might have already gotten a Dark Harg and I just didn't notice, but that might not be the case also. $98 left. Oh, I think we were talking about new games coming out. There's nothing good, I don't think. It's the same stuff, and then there's like a Legend of Almia. It's an idle RPG. It's about as idle RPG as you expect. When I say idle RPG, you already know what it looks like, because you already know what most of them look like. Oh, God. Oh, my God. All right, let's take a trip to storage, because we need to do something to change our fate. What can we jiggle? What is jiggly? Maybe it doesn't help if I make a creepy face after I say that. Yeah. What is Overlord of... Oh, it's garbage. This one's garbage too, isn't it? This, wait a second. This one might not be complete garbage. Kind of looks cool. I don't think I saw this one. This looks like a game that could be fun. Got lightning. All right. Leia, very nice unit. Very nice. That's what she said. Oh, I gotta stop. Rates not great. But we have 78 left, so we could definitely make up for it. They're just, the numbers aren't good, right? So, not too much we can do about the numbers being bad. Okay, here we go. We're getting good 4 stars. They're not Hall of Heroes yet, so we're not that bad. The first few dozen were painful. 68 left. Come on, man. I'm gonna switch back to the iPads if you're gonna keep giving us nothing. They would give us nothing regardless of what we used. Please. They've been so patient. I don't know. Not gonna comment. Okay, more LD Lightning. Okay. One of my issues with using her, because I used to use her, and I kind of stopped at one point because I was taking her into Guild Siege. Too often, I was finding myself like, she has sustain, but it's not. Oh, here we go. I feel like everyone this may as well be a Hall of Heroes because everyone seems to get one of these. But at least it's a new 4-star, LD4, so we'll take it. No complaints. More lightning. I think we might be about average rates now. We don't have a wind one, but we do. Oh, it's a Hall of Heroes. Still, I think we can't complain too much about the rates. We can complain that we didn't get an Ad 5, and we really, really wanted one on this account. They've never had one before. But I'm hoping that's not... Okay, here we go. First LD5. I'm very happy. I'm very happy we got the first LD5 on his account. Anything after this, I think, is gravy. I think we're good. I know he's not super top tier, but balance patches happen. You know he's going to be, as we mentioned in the beginning of the video, he's going to be in a future balance patch, so. I thought, you know what you saw my face, you know what I thought. I thought it was another one. I thought it was, for those of you listening as a podcast who got the Dark Bayek. I should probably play Assassin's Creed because I don't even know these characters. People are like, oh, Assassin's Creed, I'm so excited for this collab. I'm like, yeah, me too, but I don't know any of the characters. I know, like, Ezio and Altair, I guess. But the only reason I know them is they look like they could be, like, my relatives. They're like, oh, yeah, they're my cousins. I just assume. Aside from... No, the reason that I know is because they're from the early ones. And I must have seen enough in passing to know. 5 more. We already got an LD5 though. We can't complain. Hey, we got a dark Harg. There we go. All right, so we can still get more. We have the all attributes, but I wouldn't. They really should have higher rates on those all attributes. I hope he doesn't feed this thinking it's like a normal element accidentally. Nah, he's not. He's not. Why? Of course, he's gonna check. Why would he just feed it? He's gonna check, right? All right, guys. So let's talk about this. The one game that I saw that seems new and maybe interesting for those of you that like tactics games. Looks kind of like a. Oh, wait, it's a sequel. Hold on. Valiant Force 2. It's like Chibi Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's a sequel, so it's obviously a just Valiant Force. So Valiant Force 2. Set a decade after the events of Valiant Force, we return to the realm of Atheros as it's once again thrown into chaos. The disappearance of the crystal of Arathos, and its guardian Leon Draca. Okay, I don't want to read all that. There's a guy and like this bad stuff happens. And you gotta, like, fight monsters. Hey, speaking of fighting monsters, we got Annabelle. Very nice. Hey, another T-Bunny. That second skill is not bad. I was not excited about the second skill until I actually saw it in action, and I'm like, this is kind of like a... Hey, we got more occult girls. It's occult girl day. Not a bad day. Not a bad day to be occult girl day. Some people would keep dupe, but we'll feed. We're not going to feed just yet. I want to see if we get a third Camilla first. We're on a roll. We're getting this good little pocket of RNG. So maybe we just keep on the good little pocket of RNG. We'll feed the Camille later. They have Transcendent Scrolls. So we'll feed before that. Yeah, but it looks like for those of you that like Final Fantasy Tactics or Tactics Ogre or Tactics Ogre, for those of you that are French, there's no French people that watch this. Maybe Germans. No French people. I mean, there's probably a couple, but not that many. Not that many. It's interesting to look at the demographics and find out what... And it's so bonkers, like the whole YouTube demographics thing, because I can see the people that watch, how long people watch for, how interested different regions are in the content. I mean, that's the whole... YouTube is owned by Google, so it's like there's all kinds of analytics for everything. They don't even show us all the stuff. They used to show us more. They used to show us less, and then they started showing us more, and now they're showing us less again. The less is still more than the first less, if that makes any sense, which it shouldn't, because it shouldn't. But yeah, I can see what countries. So of course, United States, Canada. After that, I think Germany is third. Maybe there's a secret reason. Well, I think there's actually a lot of secret reasons. They're not really that secret. Hey, there we go. I hope this is new as well. Oh, I wasn't implying that there's any malicious reasons or anything like that. But generally, if it's really based on the other YouTubers, the other Summoners War YouTube channels. So like there's a lot of other French Summoners War YouTube channels. There's more than German. There are also a handful of German channels, but the French ones don't seem to... They're kind of like their own thing, I feel. Or maybe it just feels that way. Maybe they're not. But they got the little group. But yeah, there's a lot more. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Let's go actually take a look at the demographics. I mean, she is basically an ad 5, but let's see. Hey, this one. Man, too bad she's not. Oh, Canada is not number 2. Germany is number 2. United States. Wow. So it looks like, because it used to be that Germany and Philippines had like a high engagement rate, but weren't the highest in viewers of the channel. Looks like now they are higher in viewers, so they kind of caught up to the engagement rate. United States, Germany, Philippines, top 3. It's interesting because it used to be different. It used to be Canada, UK, I think Australia. Now, oh, you know what? I stand corrected because Canada, France is 7th. Actually, not a huge percentage, but US takes like half of it almost. US, Germany, Philippines, Indonesia, Canada, We're getting some good units. I mean, we have a lot of premium scrolls, but we'll feed those for blessings. If we're not going to feed the second Wusa for blessing. They can do that if it is a second. If it is a dupe. So, United States, Germany, Philippines, Indonesia, Canada, United Kingdom, France, Brazil, Vietnam, Singapore, Australia. This has changed so much. So, obviously we all know that Summoner's War player base has declined. It's just interesting what regions. So, it's declined in some regions more than others. So, it's just interesting how the demographics have changed over the course of time. I guess they lost a lot of Canada. Because Canada's, or I lost a lot of Canadians. Canadians like, we don't really like this guy anymore. He's kind of a D-bag. You would be right. They wouldn't say that though. They're Canadians. They're too nice. Yeah, this is very different than what it used to be. Yeah, very different, but different enough to be noticeable. Yeah. Sweden was much higher. Sweden is so much further down the list now. But again, like some of this has to do with other YouTubers that maybe have taken some of those demographics that speak fluently in any certain language, that more people are interested in watching those specific channels now versus a channel that doesn't speak their native tongue. All right, let's see. Let's see if any of these. Let's go by monster, shall we? Any OGs? I don't see any OGs, man. Are all of these new? I mean, aside from the Camila. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Maybe that's not that crazy. It feels crazy. All right, let's feed Camila. I know some people would build dupe Camilas, but I'm just going by what they said, and I don't know if I would build dupe Camilas anymore. It's a rush hour thing. So, I already don't remember where I'm going. Legendary all attributes. Let's go. Yeah, Valiant Force 2. Who knows when it's actually going to come out, but it looks like it might be decent when it does. That has nothing to do with video games. That should probably be on the other account. That sounded like it was scandalous. It's this got nothing to do with video games. It's just a bunch of boobies. It is. It's an API from Google. It's documentation for it. So. Because I was going to work on a project with what free time. Eventually, going to work on a project for it. With it, not for it. What else do we have? Atelier, fairy biography, my furry dragon. Oh, Netherguild. I'm looking at Steam games now. Netherguild looks possibly interesting. It's kind of like look. Well, we got a fake LD5 randomly. And it was a Hall of Heroes. Decent Hall of Heroes, though. It's a unit that you can just use without it being a gimmick, which is always a good thing. Netherguild looks like a top-down turn-based combat dungeon crawler roguelite. It's on Steam. I think that Mr. Seitu game, which we mentioned in a previous video, that one looks like probably the best one coming out. What else? Yep. Stories from the out. Oh, this might contain mature content. What is this? Arena renovation. 9 Years of Shadows. What is this? I'm interested in this. Speaking of I'm interested in this, that's exactly what it looks like. It really looks like Symphony of the Night. But there's a little... Which one is... Oh, I thought that was a thing. F5. Little teddy bear wearing a... Is it a ghost teddy bear that flies around with you? As your, like, little pet? Poseidon armor. Yo, this looks pretty legit. This looks very much like Symphony of the Night. But I should check that out. Alright, we got Transcendence now. We don't need to look at this. Halberd Studios. Fight to bring beautiful colors back to a handcrafted world of darkness and discover the story of Europa, a young warrior, and her ghostly childhood companion, Apino. 9 Years of Shadows. This reminds me of... this is like Symphony... Oh my god! The Castlevania game! Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Let me close this out. Close this out. Alright. I'm going to go for Odin. Did he say anything specifically about blah, blah, blah? I don't think so. I'm going to go for Odin. Currently more useful. However, I don't know what kind of, you know, that could be a terrible choice in a few months from now. We'll see. Molong, very nice, very nice. Always a good unit to get. We will see if any of these are dupes. Well, we'll see if the Molong is a dupe. Got triple gold girls. Okay. 8-year Transcendence. Let's take a look here. See if Molong is a dupe. He did not even finish the first one yet. I noticed that the Wusa, we fed for a blessing. I noticed the Wusa is actually a dupe, but Wusa is a good... You could argue that some of these other ones, like Molong, is a good siege unit as well. New over dupe. Water Paladin. Let's do the other ones first. Before we go into the super juicy one. LD. There we go. Brand new LD. As we get another Dark Bayek. Oh, could you imagine? Well, we could use it for an LD blessing now. SWC 2022 scroll we can do. Man, there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff. Man, some of these things, I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna go for that. We're probably not gonna get it, but yeah, we're not gonna get it. Cookie runs. We could get something crazy from here. The light one is actually not that bad. Using her because Beans has her, so she's not the worst. I think wasn't she like a dud when she first came out? I'm trying to remember. I think we actually played with her, but I think she was a dud when she first came out. But yeah, Dark Espresso. At least we're getting more LDs from these. So 8-year Transcendence, regular Transcendence. That's it, right? We're not doing these. Xyros is his most wanted. It's like, no, don't do stones. Okay. It's okay. We're gonna get him anyway. Right here. Boom. New or dupe? Let's see. Not that we really need it right now because we got the 8-year, and that's gonna give us a bunch. Yeah. It's a little late for the blessings anyway, but let's see what we get for the 8-year Transcendence. This is gonna be just a choose your own adventure either way. If we get the Fire Dragon. Okay, that's new. That's new. Ooh, that's a new one. Whatever's on the wish list. Abelio would be a solid pick. Perna would be a solid pick. Veligul, if he prefers Veligul. We're going to ask. We could ask for the other one too, but we're going to ask for this one. It took a while. He finally responded. He responded with the one that I was going to pick for him anyway. So really what it was down to is... All right, we have to see all of these again. Well, not the Chandrix. He already has it. I'm not sure if he has this one or not. It's not anything too ridiculous. If we have to compare this to Perna, Perna's much more fun. Usually this one you can kind of do without. Pudding Princess is nothing really too special right now. So of these three, I would pick Perna. Of these on the bottom row, the only new ones are Abelio and Veligul. Abelio is currently more useful than Veligul. So for me, it would have been between Abelio and Perna. He doesn't really do a whole lot of RTA. He doesn't really do a whole lot of RTA. So I was like, okay, he'll probably enjoy the Perna more. He emailed me back. He said either Perna or Veligul. We're going to go with Perna. So there we go. That is the logic behind Perna. You can't go wrong with Perna. Honestly, you can't go wrong even after all these years. It's not top tier RTA unit, of course, but you still can't go wrong with Perna. Anyway, that's it for this one. Glad we got him some of the units that he was hoping for and his first LD5. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys get some good summons on your accounts as well. I will see you as always in the next one.